Good morning. That which is the subject of our search, that which only remains when the search disappears, that which is completely ungraspable and not understandable, is called our real nature, common to all beings. So that cannot be taught, that cannot be learned. It is self-revealed. Self-revealed. The moment there is nobody claiming at anything there, it is self-revealed, it is constantly self-revealed. Even when it doesn't appear so, because it's not about the appearance. The appearance will go on changing. And I as a person is part of the appearances. In that way, there is no effort to do, no energy to fix anything. Because then we miss the obviousness of it, keeping what is out of time and space into time and space. So it will be limited. And any limitation can give the frustration, the sense of separation, which will make again one sick. So it is not that somebody doesn't seek anymore when there is a self-revelation of itself, by itself, through itself. It is that the one who was so busy with searching is no more agitated because it's not taken for anything. So about that subject, it doesn't appear. So I hope you somehow it's maybe good to understand that the self-revelation will not happen to someone. It is self-revealed when someone doesn't want to interfere anymore for a moment. Hmm? What can I say more? The expectation, the expectation that the self-revelation would come and dawn on you is also a complete way to feed the personal mind, desires and wishes. So don't go there. Don't go there. It will anyway not happen to you. The peace, the real peace is when you will not experience peace. It's when you are freed from all those needs. Mm-hmm. Because probably I, as a rising creation, has been left for what it is, a changing creation, an appearance. Anyway, let's see if I don't make some terrible thing here. Mm. So, if you still have a question or something about searching what's reality, searching who I am, please ask. Even though you may know that asking provokes a question, yet ask. It means there is still energy given to the mind because something may be there that will be accomplished or seen. Yeah.
Would you like a cup of chai?
I'm happy today with that. Thank you. Yes.
Ganga, in the, let's say, normal world, when you have this normal I consciousness, which is an illusion after all, and you go into a relationship with another I consciousness, another person, so a you, and all these things are like in an illusion.
Yeah.
I and you. Yeah, that's what Ramana Maharshi also said, there is no you. Yeah?
A dream, appearance. Okay. Yeah.
So you have a relationship,
yeah.
And you get into discussions, and you have emotions and everything. Yeah. But if this is grounded or coming from this illusionary I consciousness, then all this thing is an illusion.
Of course.
But the emotions seem real.
No. But wait. When we can say it's an illusion, means it belongs to the world of appearance, it's arising, when you are not there. So, For the body was a relationship, and for the mind and the emotion, everything looks very real, sure, because it is in the world of appearance. So when one says, in fact, and it is not addressed to somebody, in fact, the nature of things, what is one and the same, I mean, how can I know that? But let me speak still like this. For everybody, what sustains the whole thing, what I wanted to say is, what did you say?
If the emotions you have
Yeah. From there, everything else has no substance. It's an illusion. It's like mirage. It's like a dream.
Mm-hmm.
But
Or
now,
nightmare.
in the movie, you cannot say, "Oh, my beloved, you are an illusion. Yet I will fuck you." I'm sorry, but it's just like that, you know. Let continue. No. Our arguments, you see, we can continue, but they are just illusory. No.
Yeah.
No.
No way out.
No way out, except there is always a way out if you agree, if you want to really see from where all this rises, you see. Because that gives peace. Nothing else. It will be temporary, peaceful moments. Nothing else gives peace. It will not be the peace of someone, but there will be moments of peace seen by someone. But when you are in the real whatever, in the non-happenings, somehow when you reappear, you feel blessed. You feel, well, let's sometimes let this obviousness appear sometime. You see, I don't know how to express well, but I want to really. This is the misunderstanding which is very common in Advaita. You listen to me? In Advaita, there is a very common misunderstanding, telling always, well, I argue you, I slap even you, you are my child, I educate you. And then the child said, but why do you slap me? Oh, doesn't matter, it's an illusion, don't worry, it's an illusion. I have seen a lot going on like this. A lot. You are an illusion. And the one who says that forgets he is also an illusion, or eventually because he's smart, me too. But then the arguments, no, there is no illusion apparently in this world. Otherwise, how could we continue this life? Unless, and that is another part, in the illusion, you enter into this path of samadhi, detachment, very inner layers of personal consciousness, which is very possible, but then it's another path, because then it is someone who attains, let's say, also peace and vastitude, but it is caused by a practice, so it's not what I speak about. So when I say self-revelation, it's true, it's like, it cannot be described, so even that, you see, I may not like it tomorrow to say so, but it's always a way to try to remove other concepts. The concepts that the bird said in Satsang, it is to, they will go on changing, is to try to root out the concepts which looks glued at somebody. What else can I say?
that means it's not possible to avoid this interaction, but if one of the two couple person relationship gets into a different state of mind or no mind, it could be like putting oil on the waters of this drama which is seemingly illusionary, but then you go into a different consciousness and the drama can also be lowered.
Of course, there are many tricks in this world to be less involved in dramas, but it's not the freedom I speak about. It is not. And it's very good if you can manage, if you can deal with unacceptable situations for you, comes from the past and all that. There are tricks, there are methods, and happily, probably. But Satsang doesn't speak about that.
Okay.
This is a strange thing, because I speak about something I don't know. And yet it's obvious. If you accept that strange, and I am not in a mental hospital, I feel totally all right. Of course, the real meds, they feel so. But what to do? Anyway, good luck. Yeah. Urgently come and bring that.
Okay.
Well, after all, this strange phenomena, which is satsang, would not happen if we were more happy in this world. Huh? I am not a pessimist. Of course, we have beautiful moments too. But the sense of separation, something which, it looks like something is missing. I don't know if you feel that way, or there are many ways to feel something is missing or separated, or how that will be removed. Because that's a poison, huh? It's a poison in the end. So, when you allow the self to reveal itself, that, yourself, which is no more yours, but that sense of separation or that missing something is clearly seen as being an experience of a already rising thought or rising creation. You see? In fact, it's not there. It's when you listen to the creation. And I am born, I am so and so, is a creation. So I am not telling as a I, you are unborn. Surely not. Mm-hmm. You are born and you will die. But it looks like there is something else which makes you see that. And that you cannot lose, or you cannot, it's not less or more, or you don't question that anymore. Mm-hmm. You can't, That's why you see, in the world of appearance, it looks like everybody, whoever it is, experience the same. What do we expect from samsara? What do you expect? You see, of course, as I say, and happily it's there also, to make it livable and more enjoyable, and why not all those things, but what do you expect from samsara? There will always be, it's the world of opposites. Yeah. So if you have already a beautiful relationship, of course there will be moments of non-beautiful thing. But if the balance is more nice, be happy. Huh? It's quite enough.
Yeah.
It's quite enough. What do you expect?
No.
But it's not like a, what do you expect, and you are depressed or, septic kind of. No, it's just, you don't need to fall into any movement of the mind which is necessarily negative. It's even nice to see that.
Mm-hmm. So if this interaction brings you into something which you could say it's illusionary, then you become disillusioned, which means you are more to the truth.
Ooh, you have to repeat from the first word. Because you see, you describe the world of appearance, and there is progress, let's say. You are more harmonious, you are more peaceful than before. You didn't do that? You didn't describe that?
No, I meant that you are aware of that the whole thing is an illusion, and then it looks like you are disappointed, but you are not disappointed, you are disillusioned, and then you mean you become more free of this movie.
Yeah.
Which is called samsara.
So when you say we don't deal with something in satsang,
We don't?
that we don't deal with this in satsang,
Yeah.
we don't deal with that in satsang, are you saying it
Yeah.
because if you truly get what you come to satsang from, of knowing I the I am, that those other things are not relevant, they're not important?
It's to give the opportunity to the one who comes and still search, to give an opportunity to not to take care of this world for a while. It's just that. So that I doesn't talk or doesn't interfere for a split second. Otherwise, you see, there is not such a thing also in reality as the world and the reality and all that. But for the sake of teaching, even to myself, I say it cannot be taught. But still, we use, tricks to try to shake this force which looks, this continuous, so-called apparent continuous strength of the mind. You see? And it will not be, this will be provoked not by, again, dealing with things of this apparent world. That's why the Zen method was very particular, you see. Their methods was to, how you call it, court-circuit? Court-circuit? No. Shortcut? What did you say? Shortcut the mind. It's just that.
So, our need to elevate ourselves into being a better person with better emotions towards the community,
Yeah.
and towards ourselves and towards the people we love. Is that
Very
illusion as well?
honorable. It's very honorable, but it is in the movie, sure.
So it's an illusion then?
Yes.
So it should just be.
Yes. So that's why you see it's very important to know when you come to satsang, what do you really want? And that may take time to precise, because in the end, what you really want, it's in the movie, and then you go for it, and there are many beautiful ways to arrive where your ideal is. Or you have enough. Looks like it can be said also like this. You have enough tasted in this world, and you don't see any way out. And then satsang may remove the carpet that you believed in. So it's different, huh? It's different. But one has to go for what he wants. No, there is no judgment here. One has to fulfill his most essential desire and a wish before he dies. So here it's sudden, and there it is with time. Here you have no benefit. You lose even the one who could benefit. And there you have benefits of having a better life and giving better things to people. It's different path. In the life you can be both, but the desire, your demand, essential demand has first to be fulfilled, you see, whatever it is. That probably explains why I don't have an ashram, you see. Because for an ashram you need an ideal. You need to create a community, and a better community than, whatever. So, as I took this path where the carpet of being somebody has been removed, I'm not working except with satsang, but otherwise I don't work to create necessarily a beautiful community, which is also beautiful, huh? You understand, I don't touch that. But I leave everybody wild. And, but it has consequences also. So there is less solidarity probably, there is this and that, friends will help you when needed, while in a community it's a common solidarity at least, but you have to pay the price too. You have to work and be devotional in that and all that. So it's a different thing, you see. The community is idealistic in the world of appearance, in the creation, and satsang is, of course, in the movie, trying to give an opportunity to remove the movie for a split second. You can't live like that. But you can always have access to that. That's it. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 1 and number 2, which you just referred to. So the number 2 is the person is still living, even it's got a nice way of living. And then you mentioned that the number 1 is the carpet's been taken off, so therefore that one is like not an illusion anymore. But how does that one live in this world? Is it
Naturally, his body-mind respond to his personal life, personal destiny in the illusion.
Because he still has to do the same thing, but
It's the
from a
same.
different perspective.
Yeah.
So not much thought, is that what it is? Not much thinking, it's just following whatever is coming through?
Don't try to describe how one lives. Huh?
I'm just wondering, because I want to know the difference between the two. I want to know what I'm doing, basically.
No, it's better to know who you are, and then you will not question what you are doing. You don't care. But if you are an idealistic, you have to take care because you have to be a good person. Sorry, I didn't. Yeah. Hi.
So, how to remove the carpet? Because it seems like
I love it. So listen to me. There was never a carpet.
But still, like it seems like then.
There was never
And
a
then
carpet. It was a thought entertained by the society from the very first time you breathe. There is no carpet. And when there is a carpet, it's an appearance. It's the creation, it's the self which creates itself infinitely. So know that.
Still, it seems like that. Even with knowing that there is no path and not even a seeker, still it seems like it refers some happening in the non-happening, that it's that the self is
but
revealed.
it happens to the person, which appears in the non-happening. Just put things at their proper place.
Just by
Just
yeah. how to ask this.
okay. Don't
And
worry.
Even the one that is ignoring the thoughts is still is still someone. Like
Mhm.
but also to say it's just by doing nothing, even this is someone doing nothing.
Right, and that's why the question rises. So there is something too much. It's I do nothing, or I do something, I.
And how does I disappear?
I say there was no carpet. This I has no reality, it's an appearance. Know that this I is an appearance. And as an appearance, it will have a personal life. I am that which allows those things to appear. Yeah. Yeah.
I have a belief that if I am in the subtract field, I will have joy and my joy will spread out. And I understand it is a belief, but how root it out?
Don't think of it, that's all. That it happens or not, don't think of it.
But this belief put me, give me some strength to go further. So I don't know how to
But you
let it.
yeah, but you say yourself it's a belief.
Yeah.
Huh? Even if it happens so, sometimes the joy, a contagious joy appears. Sometimes it's not in this way, it's different. So don't take care of that. So, because if you make it a belief and that you base yourself with that belief, you are in trouble. You need a question, an answer. Don't care how it appears. It already appeared before you were born in a perfect way. It doesn't need you to have a plus or less in this world. It's all perfect. Very strangely like that. We want always to be the one who will bring joy or peace or love or it's all right, but I mean it's but then you miss the source of it, huh? Yeah.
So is that need to be good? So what you just said, part of the carpet, was that installed by society?
If you
when we
need
were
to be
born?
good, it's not a thought to be entertained, as the contrary also. There's no question to be good or not good. You will have the life in the appearance as it is for you. It's already done. It's already inscribed, put into, how you say, how to say, you throw a ball, you see. It's, even if you don't have it anymore, you are freed from the ball, but it has a span of life, which will be different for everybody. It's called destiny in the movie. In the movie.
And what about our negative emotions, anger and all
You
that?
speak of good because you know bad.
Yeah.
Sure. They are linked. They are linked. Movie. You cannot always or only be good or It's opposite to duality. Duality. But you see, maybe to be freed from these terrible dilemmas and what to say, quite cruel description of this movie, of this world, you can know who you are in reality. Then it will be all right.
So a lot of the time these negative emotions are actually sparkled by frustration and expectation that is not achieved,
Of course.
and all these needs that
Sure.
we have in our mind.
Of course.
So if we try to, it's difficult because of course we want to control our life and what happens and how we are and how people are. When we stop controlling everything, then all these needs shall vanish in a way, and all these emotions will vanish with them, right? In a way. Or is this an illusion as well?
You see, you speak of the movie. I told you, there are practices which can release things and give you a better life. But it's in the movie. It is in the movie. Now, if you go for, let's say, freedom, it's the word, freed from the tyranny of concepts and experiences, and you see what is. When the person, because that will come back, reappears, because this body is not dead yet, when it reappears, it will have the life left unfinished, before. It will have its span of life. Now, because there is no surge of, no feeling of separation anymore, maybe a few feelings will be different or will drop. But you cannot expect how to be, how you will be or appear. That's not in your hands. It is the ball which continues its trajectory, movement. It goes this way and not that way, and for somebody else it's that way and not this way. It's like that. But everything at least has moments where it lost completely its value. It is seen for what it is. Is it clearer?
Yes, a bit.
Yeah. If there is
It's
something
difficult
more, you
to-
can ask.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that would mean if the ultimate knowing or consciousness is that there is no carpet, you still could buy a vacuum cleaner to clean the carpet?
Of course, you don't like the
If it's
carpet
too dirty.
too much.
Okay.
Or you don't care, you are this type of... Of course.
This is good.
Yeah, but you see, you have to really see things as they are, or maybe better to say to just finish off with this question. It's better not to spend, at least dedicate some time in your life, if it is your demand also, not to over clean the carpet, because you see, this is the tyranny of the illusion. it likes to finish things. It likes to make it perfect. So all this energy, you are busy then. You are somebody busy. And to just be freed, it's when you are actually absolutely not busy. And even the one who is busy, for some reason, disappeared for a while. You see, you have to be vigilant, not to fall into too much doing, even though, of course, you do things in this life. I don't know if I am understood. But you see, it's like you need, I guess, maybe not the same for everyone, but will be a moment of, it's enough to clean my carpet. It is enough. I am fed up. There must be something more important. You know, there must be a moment of such fire or determination that it is enough, that it can leave everything else aside. That's what I mentioned as that split second of self-revelation.
Ganga?
Yeah, hi.
Hi. I don't remember exactly, but last time you said something to the effect of not including the seer in the seeing.
Ah,
You remember?
yes.
Yeah.
And so, what about today?
And so is the seer, were you referring to the personality? Like the person?
No, I didn't refer to that at that time.
You did? Or did not?
I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about that?
I'm trying to do that from the beginning. Yes. So this question, to whom it happened? Who got it?
Who got the question?
Yeah, who got this question?
The question came in the...
No, who got it? Tell me.
I don't know.
I, who has the question, is the same I who doesn't know. It is someone. It is the one I see. When I spoke of the seer, I speak of that which could see. That I is a rising thought which allows to put question, which allows to not know or know. I is a rising thought. So you, in fact, that which is not caught by a movie is that which can see all those things. So it's not a witness. The witness is in the movie. It is I who said, I don't know. So So for a moment, don't step on any path, on any movement that the mind presents.
Yeah. There's something wants to say that I don't know myself as that seer, as that original one.
So that's a path.
But even that is seen.
That's a path. I said to you, for a moment, don't step on a path. What's going on? What's going on?
There's a moment of kind of seeing.
Okay.
Seeing you, seeing me, and how it was the same thing.
So you still step on path. You know, the mind, what is the mind? It's presentations, endless presentations of things. Let it be the outer world, but let it be the inner world too. Huh? Enlightenment can be a path. It's a presented path. It's very useful for a while, but at some point you will be caught in a path, so there will be still a problem. So don't step on a path, on any presentation, not as a way of living, just now. Generally, you see, and it's totally human, one is very preoccupied how to live better, But satsang is like a sword, you see. It is cutting off even this very human and natural wish of a human being. Because the wise, they've seen, even if you are fulfilled in this world, you become very rich, you become the best lover, you become this, that, and so on. Some will remain in enjoyment and okay. But some suddenly will see, I'm still not happy. I'm still not satisfied. How hell is it? Then satsang appears. Yes, my dear child, you are not satisfied. Because you are dealing with the one who is born. You are dealing with things which are unsubstantial, which are going on changing all the time, which know birth and death. So, know who you are. Not by knowing, not by experiencing, not by taking any part, just be. Mm-hmm. So. Yeah.
I just felt to speak to you somehow.
Yeah, sure.
I don't really have anything, but I felt it like the first time I came here.
Ah, so you spoke? That's nice.
Yes.
You want me to tell something about what?
Maybe I want you to ask me something.
Ah. So, why do you come to satsang?
To realize myself.
Okay, is it not realized? so it is not. There is still someone wondering and preoccupied by this question. Okay. Did you try enough in the world to know that it is not through those paths that you will realize? Enough?
Maybe not fully.
Okay. It's difficult to serve two masters, you know. Means two demands. Do it one by one. So you go for it. The first will be what?
I did not quite
Understand. You told me that you had not totally enough. So it means you have another demand also in the world.
It's more like desires arise, and
Yeah, yeah.
something wants to go there.
Yeah, don't worry about desires. So if I tell you don't worry about desires, but worry about the desire to know myself better first, the rest will follow, and follows anyway. Don't worry about that. Even while fulfilling a desire, you can ask yourself, who is enjoying? Who is it? Can you reply that? If you say yes, I, you speak of your body mind, of the one I see, which is not your search. You don't search for that one. That one you know it more or less. It will always be more or less. I want to know myself. And it is there even before this question arises. It is there before this preoccupation arises. The idea of desires or not arises. All what comes after will be in the life, will be in the apparent world. Don't worry about that, don't worry much, it's like that. But don't confuse who I am for who I become. That's all. Hmm?
Okay, I feel like I don't fully understand, but I also...
Okay, then swallow the pill. It will work
I know,
on its own.
Thanks.
Okay. But you have to swallow it. Okay. I cannot swallow it for you. Yeah.
Before you said don't go on a path, like don't follow
Yeah.
the mind.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know how to express, because I cannot say
Okay.
I,
Okay.
but
Okay.
there's just nothing really. And yet, right after, the mind jumps in and says something like, but it cannot be experienced somehow. So is that it?
And why did you listen to that part of the mind?
I just want to
Yeah.
to
So I
to
confirm.
open up.
I confirm. You don't need to listen to whatever the mind will say. This is dedicating a split second, you see, not to the mind.
Sometimes when we think too much, we just like go crazy. Instead, we focus who we are. Then we just like go all over the world, you know.
Yeah.
We don't focus on our self, on our reality, who we are.
Who we are is in the world of the movie.
Yes.
We.
Yeah.
So they are not hard. Eh? So you wanted to say what? That one goes all over the place.
The mind.
Yeah, the mind.
Sometimes we go,
Yeah,
know,
crazy
all
or
over
not, but
crazy.
it goes all over the place. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. He produces that.
Yeah, this and that, we wanna...
Yeah, don't describe it with this and that was already enough. This and that. Duality already.
Yeah.
Okay. So what?
Yeah, it's just like sometimes I overthinking about...
This and that.
No, about what can happen next.
Yeah. Can happen the next in this or that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Definitively, it is not by being too busy in the mind that you that the same mind busy in the mind, that the world of the same mind which is busy in the world will crash. It's not by being busy with the world. You see, it is by a moment of fuck off. I'm sorry today I have this word, but it's enough. Enough.
Yeah.
And whatever appears after, it's the mind. Then what? You cannot confuse anymore. And if there is a confusion, it is the mind which brings the confusion. The mind cannot know what it is. Nobody knows. Yeah.
But if there is no duality, then even the mind is it, no? Like if there is...
Yeah.
Then even the mind
Yeah.
is the expression of the self. No?
Yeah.
Even
Yeah. It's very good conclusion. So we don't know what it is anyway. But there is no more question about that, or no more consideration in the mind about that. This is freedom, freedom from the mind. Something you want to hear? Last. Yeah.
What is the awakening of the inner master? Can you speak about that?
First of all, a master is not a teacher. So, a master has no form and no name. That's why it's called a master. But in this field, we are in Satsang. So, even the word inner is too much. And the awakening of the Master means you already have been awakened all the time. So I don't know what more to do with that sentence. You see, in the journey, a few sentences helped from out you go in, and then those things are said. It's very, they are not to be taken as a definitive truth. It just helps here and there. And where is the master when there is no more disciple? All that is in the journey. That's why Satsang is there to clear up the jungle. If we still believe that there is a jungle. So, be happy.